this. We've done 2 decades of innovation and hard work, and this is the result. We are opening up a whole new territory of astronomy. So we will see things that we've never been able to see before because this telescope is much more powerful than even the great Hubble telescope. So what makes it more powerful? And just as a reminder, this is not a science project. This is mostly an engineering project. If you were a bumblebee hovering out at the distance of the moon, we would be able to see you, both by your reflected sunlight and by the thermal radiation, the heat that you emit. So how can we do that? We have brilliant engineering. We also have the most astonishingly good detectors that have ever been made for picking up this infrared light. Many administrators to complete. We've been doing this now for over 20 years. The way that the telescope works, light comes from the sky, bounces off that big mirror. It's concave, and it will be focused down towards a little point. But before it gets there, it will be intercepted by the little round mirror, which currently is folded up above the telescope. But it's called a secondary mirror. It's about that big. And it will magnify the image and send it back into the instrument package, which is in this, well, it's behind that black snout there. And there was a little hole in there which lets the light in. And in the back are the instruments that will take the incoming light and convert it into digits to send back to Earth. The planets growing around other stars. So the Webb telescope will be pointed at places where stars and planets. We would like to know, basically, how did we get here from the Big Bang? So what happened after the Big Bang? The first stars and galaxies happened some way. We have lots of predictions. We have supercomputer simulations. We can even show you a movie how it might have happened, but we don't know. You have to go look. Nature has this way of defeating our imagination. And so astronomy has always been an observational science, and you just cannot depend on your imagination alone. So, and our international partners have produced, in Canada and Europe, they've produced 2.5 of the...
You can actually listen to the debate between James Webb, the administrator of NASA, and John Kennedy, the President of the United States, about where the U.S. needed to go next if we were going to beat the Soviet Union, as a matter of fact. And James Webb said science is the future. That would be his legacy to this agency, the fact that quietly he was one of the strongest advocates for science. And so as a result of that particular trait and the fact that he had been a previous NASA administrator, he was chosen by one of my predecessors to actually be the namesake for this incredible instrument that we have today.
Thank you, Administrator Bolden, Dr. Mather, Chris Scalise, for having me.
I'm hoping that we will find something that nobody knows is out there. So some little thing that happened in the early universe that came before the galaxies, some way that the black holes were formed. We don't know where they came from. So that's a wide open topic for scientists. And close to home, everything we know about planets out there has been a complete surprise. So I'm expecting some more complete surprises about planets. Those are the 2 things where I know we should get a surprise, and I don't know what the others will be.
Unlike the Hubble, we can't send Mr. Bolden or any other astronaut